Alright, this is going to be another one off our second integration sheet, and this is going to be homework problem number 6, and it's still just wanting us to basically just take the integral. So, it wants us to take the integral of the square root of x cubed plus the cubed root of x squared with respect to dx. Alright, so one thing that will help us out a little bit whenever we get ready to use our 1 over n plus 1 x to the n plus 1 as far as integrating x to the n is just go ahead and rewrite the powers. So we're going to have the square root of x cubed. So if you know how the exponents work, whatever power that your x is raised to is going to be the top number. And since we're taking the square root, that's going to be a 2, and the 2 will go on the denominator. And if you ever kind of lose track or get messed up or mixed up in your head, just remember like x to the 1/2 is equal to the square root of x. And there you can see that, your 1 is the power that x is raised to, and the square root is the bottom. So that's why I keep it straight, and sometimes I get messed up with it and just like, okay, well, if I take the square root, what am I doing? X to the 1/2. So that being said, that's going to be x to the 2/3 dx. So now it should be pretty simple to go ahead and start taking the integral. So that's going to be 1 over 3/2 plus 1 times x to the 3/2 plus 1. And that's going to be plus 1 over 2/3 plus 1 times x to the 2/3 plus 1. And since we've started taking the antiderivative, our dx goes away. And since we're taking an indefinite integral, we're going to have a constant out here, so plus our constant. Alright, so now you can rewrite it as 1 over 3/2 plus 1. 2 over 2 is equal to 1. So that's going to be 1 over 5 over 2, because our denominators stay the same in addition, and we just add the top numbers. And that's going to be x to the 5/2, because it's the same thing. And that's going to be plus 1 over 2/3 plus 3 over 3 is going to give us 5/3. X to the 5/3. That's going to be plus our constant. And we go to the next slide. Okay, so there's what we had, and cleaned up a little bit and brought over. So if you remember, when you have, like 1 over, say 1/2, you just keep the top number, you change the sign to multiplication, and then you will flip the bottom fraction. So when you flip it, 1 over 2 is going to be 2 over 1, which is 2. So 1 over 1/2 is actually 2. So that keep things kind of easy over here. So we have 1 over 5 over 2. So we're just going to flip that one. So we're going to have 2/5 x to the 5/2 plus 3/5 x to the 5/3 plus our constant. So there's our answer that we get whenever we do the integration.